thank you for joining me today. I would love to talk to group fitness managers or studio owners or club owners about how to help your team get through this tough time that we're all experiencing, this unpredictable time of being closed as a facility and not really quite knowing what the future brings, and how you as a leader can hopefully bring as much positivity and community to your team as possible during this unusual time. So this is not something that I just knew all along. It's something I've been learning during this process, and I've just felt the need to share with other people. So I jumped on this as soon as I could, just because I knew I had a large team and I knew that a lot of them were struggling because they were so honest and vocal about it, which I appreciate. They were struggling with the honestly, just the depression they were feeling, not being able to do what they love to do. So I felt the absolute need to try to connect my team to make sure that those people who are struggling were not alone and that we were all in this together. So I'm really hoping that if I'm able to help my team through this in the best way possible, we will come out stronger on the other side. And ultimately working for a club that is compensating our team while we are closed has made this job much easier. So I can't imagine those of you who are leaders who you may not be able to do that. My heart goes out to you completely, and I feel so fortunate. So do know that I'm so grateful for that, but hopefully these tips and these recommendations will help you bring your team together and show them all the love and leadership that you have for them during this tough time. So what I would suggest is I have, 5 different ways that I've been trying to keep my team together. Initially, I was just sending daily emails because I was bombarded by members who were asking questions about what kind of financial changes we're going to make at the club. And I was trying to stay caught up on the events that were happening so quickly. So I was only able to reach out to my team really once a day, and I tried to keep everything in one place because, as most of you might have experienced, these past few weeks, I have been inundated with emails from different education providers because they're trying to take advantage of this time and get as much virtual education they can out to our fitness industry, because they figure, all the instructors are at home anyways. They're going to want to learn. They're going to want to digest things. They're also trying to create a community. So I know I have been getting a lot of emails, and I'm sure my team has as well, also from members with questions. So I wanted to make sure I kept it really simple. So I send one email a day, and I've outlined it as what is our department doing, what are some things that they can do or suggestions I can give them, and finally, what are we going to do next as a team? So what's the plan? So really what I started doing was just those daily emails, and then first week, that Friday, I decided, I saw someone who was doing a virtual happy hour, and I thought that looked really cool. So we did a Zoom happy hour team meeting, and I learned a lot about Zoom. So we have over 100 group fitness instructors, and we had about 56 who joined us on the Zoom that day. And we have some instructors who are very well versed in technology and have definitely worked at Microsoft, Google, and Facebook, and they know what you should and shouldn't do on a Zoom meeting. I have not experienced that job. So it was my first time leading a Zoom meeting, and I learned that you should hopefully have everyone muted when they come in, because otherwise it's just a ton of noise while your team's trying to communicate with each other. Then I would like to also offer that you can recommend to your team, if they're not comfortable joining the meeting, they can just be entertained by the meeting and watch it and not necessarily share their video or their audio. So help them understand that they don't have to be involved at all, because we've had some instructors, as I mentioned earlier, who are really having a hard time with this and aren't sure how they're going to react to suddenly seeing a bunch of faces when they've been in the dark this whole time. So give them that option. I recommend having a plan for the meeting. So we kind of started by just introducing ourselves, and that ended up taking a lot of time. So I think instead, this next meeting, we're doing one today at 4:30 with the team, and this time I have a plan. So we're not going to necessarily go through introductions. We're just going to do kind of a Q&A. So I'm going to ask them if they have any feedback on what they've been learning or what they've been doing to pass the time, or if they did go virtual and share or do a Zoom or a live group fitness class for us, how that experience has changed, how they feel about virtual teaching, and if they have any questions for me. Those are kind of the 3 things I want us to do as a team. And then to finish off this next Zoom meeting, we are going to have one of our yoga instructors do a virtual meditation. So to hopefully kind of bring our team together, we're all just going to be quiet for a moment while she takes us through about a 5-minute just virtual meditation where we all just sit there together and we relax together and we're there for each other. And I really think that'll be a good experience. So for the happy hour, I also offered that they could bring a drink with them and we could cheers to each other, and a few of them did, and that was really, really cool. But as I said, this next one is going to be a little bit more organized. We're going to have audio figured out, and then we have that experience with one of our yoga instructors at the end, which I think will be really nice. And then overall, I just know that the process of encouraging my team to go virtual has been bringing us together as a whole in general. Just giving them the support, giving them the, I know you can do this, showing them encouragement to go virtual has been, I think, really helpful for them. Just seeing me as the person they can go to for help because it's intimidating and the process they may not know very well. So that has been really my 24-hour job, not 24 hours, but a lot of my day has been spent trying to communicate with them on how to go live, helping them through the process, and then them going live and reaching out to me if it's working or whatever. So I would highly recommend you trying to get as many of your instructors to do this. Or if you aren't sure if you should go live or what kind of virtual classes you should provide, go back to my last video about how to go live and who should be going live and who should be charging for their classes and experiences. So those are some of the things we're trying to do. I send a daily email. I really try to encourage them to push themselves and go virtual and try something new. And we've been doing those Zoom team meetings that have been just really, really nice for our team, and just getting them together. And I'm really excited for that meditation. So I will keep you posted on any other creative things that I decide to do with our instructors. And I hope this video helps you and helps you see your team.